Just quickly, before we get into today's video, a big thank you to our sponsors for making this year's Computex coverage possible. Check out Corsair's fancy new RGB memory, and for a limited time, purchase any select MSI Intel-based motherboard or gaming desktop and get a free game pack worth up to $180. With titles such as Warhammer Vermintide 2 or X-Morph on offer, you can't go wrong. Check the link in the video description to learn more. Welcome back to Harbour Unboxed. Today, we are in the AeroCool's suite. So it's a pretty cool setup they've got here, and they do have a lot of products to check out. We've got cases, fans, coolers, a few new power supplies, even some concept products, and some really cool desks. So let's go check those out. Right, so the first products we came across on our tour of the AeroCool suite were the new gaming desks, and there are quite a few different models that will be sold under the AeroCool and Thunder X3 brands. Starting with the AeroCool versions, we have the 120cm and 160cm wide models, and they are available with or without the motor mechanism for adjusting the height. This means that the base models feature fixed legs, while the more expensive versions do come with dual motors for adjusting the height. All models come with a huge mouse pad that covers the entire surface of the desk, and under the pad is a 25mm thick particle board covered in a waterproof plastic surface. The desk frame has been constructed from steel and then given a black powder coating finish. All models also include a steel drawer as well. Then we have the Thunder X3 models, and they're also quite similar, though they do offer a more aggressive styling along with some eye candy in the form of a wireless RGB light strip. These models though do away with the desk size mouse pad. The motorized models do work really well. The control panel offers manual up and down movement along with 4 customizable presets. It moved quite quickly, so you didn't have to wait too long for it to adjust to the next preset. On top of one of the display desks, we spotted the new glow case in white, which looked very striking. This model is the same as the black version, and this means there are 2 unique front-mounted RGB LED strips that light up the case, and I have to say the effect with the white version is much more impressive when compared to the previous version. The strips can be set to one of 13 different lighting modes, and this includes 6 RGB flows and 7 solid colors. The internal layout is a bit of a blast from the past, as the power supply is mounted in the top. This does seem to make the internal layout of this mid-tower appear a bit larger than it probably would otherwise, and I'm putting this down to the fact that the 3.5-inch storage bays are also moved up to the top of the case. In total, you can install 3 3.5-inch drives and up to 5 2.5-inch drives. There's loads of CPU and GPU clearance as well, and when it comes to cooling, there is just a single pre-installed rear 120mm fan. That said, you can install an additional 7 120mm fans if need be, and there's also room for a 240mm rad in the front and a 360mm rad in the bottom. In total, the case measures 210mm wide, 475mm tall, and 478mm deep, while it tips the scales at 8 kilograms. Overall, the new white version of the Glow looks much more impressive than the original, at least in my opinion. Moving on, we found a few interesting coolers. One such cooler is the Hexad, a tower-style air cooler with a thermal design power rating of up to 170 watts. The heatsink base features what AeroCool's heat core touch technology. Basically what this means is that the copper heat pipes come in direct contact with the CPU's heat spreader. There are 6 copper heat pipes in total that snake up into a large array of black nano-coated fins. The fins feature a unique design which AeroCool claims decreases air resistance by up to 48% and increases air intake by up to 37%. The package also includes a 120mm orbit RGB fan, along with a top piece on the heatsink, which also comes complete with RGB lighting. They also had an impressive looking all-in-one liquid cooler on display. The pump housing for this one does feature a transparent window with a flow wheel, and of course next level RGB lighting, but I have to admit the RGB lighting on this one did look pretty good. They also had it on display in a few different systems. One such system was the White Edition Glow build. There are also some new power supplies on display, but none of them will be selling in Australia or the US, at least at this point. Again, the flagship model packed plenty of RGB goodness. Then lastly, there were a few new gaming chairs on display. The Fuse Dawn was one such model, featuring a metal frame, adjustable backrest, adjustable armrest, butterfly mechanism, and more. Although we don't have any official pricing yet, we were told that this will be a reasonably affordable gaming chair. Well, that was a heap of cool new products, and I think I'm going to end the video here because I found a very nice comfortable position here in the bean bags, and these are also AeroCool products, and we hope to get some review samples of these soon. I'm not sure if they're going to send one for Tim and I, but if it's only one, I'm getting it, not Tim. So Tim's behind the camera there, he's shaking his head at that one. But anyway, we had a great time here. The booth, or rather the suite, was just really impressive. Cool products hidden everywhere. Saw some great new cases. The height adjustable desks were awesome. Can't wait to see them get to market. And hopefully that's another thing we can get a sample of and show you guys a bit more detail about them. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you again for another Computex related video real soon.